I don't got many regrets when it comes to Scarface, but one that I do have is that he never got Al Pacino on his album. That would have been the craziest, dopest shit of all goddamn time. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad of Granddad Wooly, and you are here again for another edition of CD Case Studies. Today, we're going into the book and talking about one of the most iconic, legendary hip-hop artists of all fucking time. One of my personal favorites. This dude is a southern rap legend, just a straight legend in general, but like in the South, especially in Texas, that nigga is like up there. Like he is like straight, you can't fuck with that nigga, and he is literally out of retirement. He said he retired, but then he came back with an album, which was crazy, and I don't think he's retired. I think he's good to go. I need another album, no, but for now, we're gonna talk about what I do got right here. We're talking about the one, the only, Face Mob himself, Scarface. So we're gonna go open the book right here, and we're gonna talk about the two albums that I physically own from Scarface, and these are the two albums that legitimately made me a Scarface fan. And let me tell y'all something about Scarface, y'all. Now, I got into Scarface mad late, y'all. Like, I know Scarface been around hella long, like with the Ghetto Boys back in the 80s, when he broke off and did his own solo shit. He's got crazy fucking albums under his belt. But I didn't get into Scarface till about the early 2000s, and I got into it because my sister's boyfriend at the time was a huge Scarface fan, and he listened to Scarface like religiously. That was his nigga. Like, it's like he and Scarface were best friends at some point in his life, goddamn, because it seemed like that shit. So I listened to some of the Scarface stuff that he had, like his earlier work. So I was like, yo, this dude is motherfucking dope. Who the fuck is Scarface? I thought that was a fucking movie with Al Pacino, Tony Montana, that type of shit. But now it's a rap nigga out there dropping crazy fire of the same name. So from that, I got real interested in Scarface. My sister's boyfriend, like I said, was a huge fan, so he had all the albums. So I was listening to The Diary, The Untouchable, The World Is Yours, all that shit. Like, I was like in the Scarface. I was like, yo, this motherfucker's dope. So around 2002, a new fucking Scarface song just came out of nowhere. It was called My Block. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? It had this real smooth piano. I was like, blim, blim, blim. That's my shit. When that shit comes on, you know, ooh, that's fun classic right there. And the video for that shit was crazy. It's like the camera was going through the block and shit. You saw this crazy shit going down. And I was like, yo, I gotta get this. Whatever this is, it's new. I know it's fucking new. And it was from a new album that was about to drop. And I said, I gotta cop this shit. I saved up some fucking money. And then when it finally dropped, I copped it. And it is none other than an album that I consider a classic to me and my very first Scarface album. Here it is, y'all. The Fix. Now, this shit dropped back in 2002, and this is probably my favorite Scarface album. Every time I say that, y'all, it's because it's like the first albums I usually buy are usually my favorites because it's sentimental shit. It's like, this is what really got me like, yo, just that's my shit. And this album right here is nothing short of a classic in my opinion. Crazy songs on here. It had the crazy Fix intro. It had with the singing. I don't know who was a singing nigga on it. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was a singing nigga on there. It was real smooth. It didn't have the Jay Prince intro that usually you get from a Scarface album, but I like what it did on here. Face was talking some real shit like he always does. You know, Face gotta give you the reality, talking about shit that goes on in the hood, on the block, all that crazy shit. You know, Scarface does what he fucking does. He's a real motherfucker. He talk about real shit, and it's just like a classic fucking album. And the production on here was fucking crazy. He had the Neptunes on here, T-Mix, Mike Dean, Lee Stone, Kanye West did some shit on here. He's the one who produced Guess Who's Bizak, and that's just a fucking classic. I mean, like, Guess Who's Bizak, Back on the Block with the O's, Face Mob, Mac Beans, and Hove. Come on now, like, come on, just like seriously, like, what the fuck? Goddamn The Fix. Features on here were crazy. This dude had fucking Jay-Z and Nas on the same album in the middle of that crazy shit that were going on. He got both them niggas on the album. He had fucking Dub C on here. He had Beanie Siegel on here. Fuck. Kelly Price was on this motherfucking album. And it wasn't even a long album. I think it was like 13 tracks, but only like 11 songs. Scarface is known to keep his albums quite slim around this point in his career. But at the same time, like, he gave you quality over quantity. All these songs were fucking great. There was not a misstep on this album to me. I love this fucking album. I can play this shit front to back, and it's just what it is. And another dope thing about this album, I love the thing about this album is like, it came in with these little fucking baggies, like the little liner notes and shit. It came in this little drug bag and it said The Fix on. I was good shit right there. And like, I never saw no shit like that. That was so fucking dope to me. So I always kept this shit. This is the only, in this CD book, these are the only liner notes that I've kept in here because I love the way that this shit was just presented. Cause like, it's just so fucking dope. And it's just as part of this fucking CD as this shit. Like, it's The Fix, goddammit. So if you have not heard The Fix, definitely check out that album. It is a classic. It's probably, like I said, my favorite Scarface album to date, it just means so much. And like, even though I heard all his early shit, which is all classic, like Scarface has a strong discography, The Fix is just one of them albums that really just resonated with me because it's the first one I actually bought, and it's the first one that really got me just like 100% into Scarface. So definitely check out that album. It's crazy. Next album I'm gonna talk about, y'all, is the album that followed The Fix, and it's an album that I also really enjoyed. I don't think it's as good as The Fix, but it's still fucking dope, and I was hype as shit to get this one. And this is a burn copy because I did own the original, but the shit got fucked up. But luckily, knowing me, I back up my shit just in fucking case. But this one is the follow-up, and it is another dope album, and it is none other than Balls and My Word. Pause on that title, though. I know Scarface said it, but still pause. Now, this shit dropped in 2003, and this is the follow-up to The Fix. And I really like this album a lot. It came in with a really great, probably one of my favorite intros of a Scarface album, like top 3 at least. Because it had this really dope, like, DJ cut-up of these Scarface samples and whatnot. They took a whole bunch of Scarface, like, excerpts and threw them in, put a crazy dope beat behind it, like a face crunching, head nodding joint, slapping bass. It's just fucking dope as hell. And then it goes in to the song Recognize, which is like one of the dopest transitions from one song to the next on a Scarface. I don't know, that shit just baby just, whoo, that fucking song was fire. And there's a lot of other dope songs on here too. I mean, you got Stuck at a Standstill, Bitch Nigga, Real Nigga Blues, On the Grind. I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit on here. Zero was on this album. Devin Dew was on the fucking album. Features were a little lighter. One is like notable and as great as The Fix. This here was like a little bit more low key, but it still has some great features on here, great songs on here, and it is a solid album. I have to say, I was very satisfied with this album. I wouldn't call it classic status, but I do think it is a solid album, solid follow-up, but The Fix was just so goddamn good. God damn it, like, I mean, I don't know how he would have been able to probably follow The Fix anyway. I mean, I'm just saying, that shit was like one of his best albums. But this right here, admirable follow-up. Definitely check this shit out. It's a good album. The intro was fucking dope as hell. Recognize is dope as hell. Whole album is pretty much dope as hell. But I mean, just Scarface is Scarface. What the fuck you expect me to say? But yo, this one here, another, like, I was in that mode where Scarface was just like really the shit to me, and I had to get the follow-up. And after this, he didn't drop another album for like 3 fucking years. And now at that point, I was going into digital, so I got all his other albums on digital after that. And he had My Homies Part 2. He had I can't say that word. Emeritus? What? That fucking, the shit he said he was gonna retire on. He had that shit. And then he came back after retirement with the Deeply Rooted album, which was one of my favorite albums of, what was it, 2014? He dropped that shit because it wasn't fitting. I think it was 2014. Was it fitting? It was fitting maybe. He dropped the shit and I liked it, goddammit. But it was a dope album, and I just hope to hear more from Scarface. He is a legend. He is one of the dopest out. And I mean, I got really nothing much else to say. I mean, he's a fucking legend. He deserves to be in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame easily when it's all said and done. If he decides to retire because the nigga apparently needs to get, I mean, you can't retire from rap. It's not possible. It's just not possible. You gotta have bars. You gotta spit bars once in a while. It's like a drug. It's like you need your fix. He needed his fix. That's what he fucking needed, and he had to come back for it. But that's going to do it for today's CDK Studies, y'all. Hope you enjoyed me talking about my favorite albums from Scarface, one of my favorite physical albums, but pretty much I'm a fan of pretty much every Scarface album. I mean, like I said, he's got a crazy, thick discography. He's been around for like literally 20 plus years, almost 30. I mean, check out his stuff with the Ghetto Boys. Check out his stuff solo. I mean, he's just done a lot of great work. He's worked with some of the best. He's one of the most influential cats in the game, and pretty much he's one of the most well-respected cats in the game, and rightfully so, because he's done so much for the culture, so much for the game and shit. He's given us so many great albums and great records. I mean, like, what more can I fucking say? Scarface is one of the best. So, yo, Face, don't retire, please. Don't do it. Don't even talk. Don't even say that word. Take it out of your vocabulary, nigga, because we need you in the game. Because, nigga, we need this. We need the. Can you make the Fix 2? Ooh, Fix 2. Come on, you did My Homies 2. Fix 2. That should be the next album. Somebody tell Face that's what we need. Fix 2. Let's do it. Previous videos on the side, some fucking where you know what I do, as well as my latest single. Check that out. Show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen. Button below. CDK Studies once a week, as well as the gaming channel and Wooly reviews and all that shit. I'm still trying to get up to speed, y'all. I've been sick as shit. I've been trying to get better. I mean, I'm doing better, but like I'm not 100%. So like, just bear with me because we're getting the catch-up game going on, but we're gonna get everything back in order. So make sure you hit that notification bell right there too, so you know when I drop new shit, because you know we're gonna be coming up with the video soon. And I got nothing more to say, but what's gonna happen next week? Who we getting next week? I don't know, but CDK studies, that's the mystery. So if you want to guess, go down there and you can guess, but you never know. I'm all over the goddamn place. So until next time I take my leave, Granddad, Scarface, the motherfucker's crazy, and he's a legend, and you can't deny him, and you always gotta get your fix. I said it, fuck it, it's wrong. It's right there. Fuck it, fix two. I'm out of here.